All right, folks, we are back, and we are getting set up for Adventure Island 4 by Puchiedarcy. After that, we're going to have Nirm with Shipbu Iron Leaguer, followed by Mickey's Dangerous Chase and Jazz Jackrabbits. So definitely stay tuned for those. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up here. Got a few donations I can get to in the meantime. Got a $20 donation from Nick M. Hi, Nick. I always used to get Decap Attack and Dynamite Heady confused, but thanks to this run, I know the difference. So thanks for a fun and educational run. $256 from UFO Dive Bomb, 8-bit for the win, or 16-bit, or 8-bit, or 64-bit, whatever. But he said 8-bit for the win, so that's what his money is going to go toward, apparently. We've got lots of stuff here. $150 from Splay. Awesome event, awesome cause. Love these events and look forward to them every year. Good luck to all the runners and to the staff behind the scenes for making this event possible. We've got $75 from 24. First learning about AGDQ. What rock have I been under? I don't know, but I hope it's cozy under there. $205.02 from Fuzzy Commando. Here's $205.02 in memory of the loss of my sweetheart, who died of cancer last fall. Her face, her grace, her style, her smile. Love you forever, Rikasa. Thank you for that. $100 from Trevmex. So excited for Intelligent Cube and Undertale. Trevmex, me too. Thanks for making this event awesome, and here is to giving to a great cause. $50 from Wheels 2K. I lost my grandfather to cancer before I was born. I wish a foundation had been formed back then. Donation goes to the host choice. Thank you very much. Got $50 from Princess Hearty. Hi guys, this is my first year watching you guys thanks to my roommate, Minveric, and this is something close to my heart. My grandmother died of cancer and my mom is waiting for results back to see if she has cervical cancer. Thank you for the amazing things you are doing. We appreciate all these comments from you guys. All right. Well, my shift here as host has come to an end. This has been eMister. I will be signing off with you now and turning you over into the good hands of the one and only DS Dad. Look forward to all these great games we've got coming up, and stick around with us, folks. AGDQ 2017 rolls on.
Hello, DS Dad here. Reading donations until the next game is ready. Why not get started right now? Time Travel Penguin gave us $20 saying, you know, I know a lot of people who would lecture me for quote-unquote wasting my money on this great cause. You know what? I don't care. My extra dollars might be the dollar needed to help save the life of at least one person, and that is worth it. I cannot help but agree, Time Travel Penguin. Golden Milk gave us $35 saying, couldn't get any sleep, so I turned the stream back on again. Even if I have never played any of the current games being played, I still feel nostalgic, and I love that. Greetings and good morning from Norway. Good morning, Golden Milk. And glad you rejoined us. Corn Child RC12 gave us $100 and saying, in memory of my dad who lost his battle with cancer in September. I'll always remember playing video games with him as a child. Save the frames and kill the animals. You have our condolences, Corn Child RC12. Lady Chevalier gave us $50 saying, thank you all so much for putting on such a great event. Watching the videos on YouTube of runners like MBM, Whitwire, Carl Sagan, and others is what got me into attempting to speedrun myself. First time actually watching live, and on my birthday of all days, so I decided that I wanted to donate at least once. Cancer has done horrible things to my family, so I really hope that someday we can find a way to fight back so no more families have to suffer. P.S. Save the frames, kill the animals. Happy birthday, Lady Chevalier. UFO Dive Bomb gave us $256 and said 8-bit feed FTW for the win. I agree, UFO Dive Bomb, and I note you gave us 2 to the 8th dollars. Christoph A. gave us $25 saying, Canadian barista here, and so glad to be able to use my tip money on this event. Going to trickle more in throughout the event whenever I get a chance to watch. That Sparkster run was great, and the runner's commentary and enthusiasm made it even better. Putting this one to OXP, 0XP run of Ori and the Blind Forest. I hear that's a great game, Christoph A. Longizer gave us $20, saying, for everyone I lost to cancer and for those who are still fighting it. Good job, guys. Well, thanks, Longizer. The Nerd Wonder gave us $200 without any donation comment at all, leaving us to wonder what the Nerd Wonder has to say. But thank you for the money, the Nerd Wonder. I'm sure it will help. Doman Cashew gave us $75 saying, rotation run, take this! My subscription, my donation, and all of my hype. We will take it gladly, Doman Cashew. Jake H gave us $100 with no donation comment. Thanks, Jake H. If only you'd had something to say. Linkzaras gave us $20 and said, hooray for old games! Hooray indeed, Linkzara. Hooray indeed. Four Evil Monkeys gave us $50 saying, am I doing this $5 donation right? Let's 100% cancer and get the secret so nobody has to suffer. You will be missed, Rhonda. I think you're doing that $5 donation completely right, Four Evil Monkeys. Anonymous gave us $75 and didn't have anything to say. This could hardly be a less interesting comment to read on the air, but thank you for the $75, Anonymous. Sarkanzo gave us $25 and said, on a road trip home, but I knew I had to pull over and give some love to Poochie D. Special shout outs to Bolt and the friends of Timothy Underground. Poochie D. One of the sponsors here at GDQ is MagFest. MagFest holds gaming events year-round with the flagship event every winter in Washington, D.C., right here in Washington, D.C. Mag Stock is a relaxed weekend of gaming, camping, and live video game music. Check them out at MagFest. I think magfest.com. I don't have the URL right here. Iced Kappa gave us $5 saying, decided to give you $5 instead of grabbing an iced cappuccino. I see what you did there, Iced Kappa. Yip Yo 2 gave us $5 saying, cheers GDQ staff. Thanks for putting together another truly awesome event. Why, thank you, Yip Yo 2, both for the cheers and the $5. Palak Cheval gave us $10 saying, feeling good, looking good, decap attack. I guess that was a couple games ago. polite Chaval, but we still appreciate the money. Speaking of a couple of games ago, Anonymous gave us $50 saying, as a kid I was seen as weird for always having Sega systems instead of Nintendo or Sony. So now I'm glad to see the Genesis getting some love with one of my all-time favorites, Decap Attack. I liked playing Decap Attack with the turbo button because then he would just fly forever. But that's cheating, isn't it? Anonymous gave us $10 and simply said, hey AGDQ, first time donating this year. Always love watching. Best of RNG, know all runners, and kill the animals. I don't think I said that correctly, Anonymous, but thank you all the same. Tonka gave us $25 and said, hey GDQ, here's my first donation of many to come this week. I am always so unbelievably happy when GDQ comes around twice a year, and I spend almost every moment that I can with you all. Thank you tonight for keeping me company while I work late into the night, and thank you always for taking the fight to cancer with love, passion, and hipe. I'm not sure what that word is. Bear Pigman gave us $15 saying, good job keeping a cool head under pressure with that decap run. Loved that game as a kid. Loving the marathon so far. Money goes to having a bad time in Undertale. I think that can be arranged. All right. We're ready to go with our next run. Coming up right now is Adventure Island 4, played by Puchiedarcy. So take it away.
Thank you very much. Hi, I'm Puchiedarcy. On the couch behind me, I've got Q, Creepy, Boss Crab. On the B couch there, we got Ridkilla holding it down. Today I'm going to be playing Adventure Island 4. It's released only in Japan as Takahashi Meijin no Bokenjima. Yeah, we'll get started. So I'll count us down for timer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So welcome to Bokenjima. Unlike the other Adventure Island games, this isn't really just a straight-up platformer. It's more of a Metroidvania. I'm going to be going to different worlds, collecting items, which will help me progress to further different worlds. So something about this game is you'll notice at first that I'm just collecting fruit. I have 2 HP right now, and fruit counting is pretty important. Every time I get 8 fruit, I get a 1-up, or I get a extra health bar. I get a health point back. The first thing I'm going to be doing here is attempting a boss skip. So we'll just come up here. All right, so we've skipped the first boss of the game already.
Nice.
That boss is a bat, and it gives a hammer that's only used in one place ever, and we never use it after that. Here you're going to see me place an egg. The egg is something that I can use to teleport back to later on in the game. There's another zone up in the top right corner of the map. Here's a cave, so everything in this game is very scripted. I know exactly where the enemy placements are going to be. This game is very, very little RNG. The bosses have extremely predictable patterns. So all these enemies are dead. Down here, I'm actually going to get a heart container to give me just a little bit of marathon safety. Otherwise, throughout the entire run, I'd be at 1 HP, and it'd have a really annoying beeping sound. All right, I gotta wait a second.
Like that.
Like this. So I gotta wait for the cycles to kind of line up again. All right. There's several heart containers that just would help you throughout the run. So we'll be back on our merry way. Something about this game is it's going to look very standard in terms of I'm just going one place, collecting items, and coming back. But around the 15 to 18 minute mark, this game goes crazy, and we're going to be doing some really sweet glitches. So here's the first boss. All right, first boss down.
Nice.
Even if I had collected the hammer, like you think the hammer I collected would be super effective against him, the hammer swings incredibly slowly, and it's better just to bone him to death. Here we rescue our first animal buddy. Every time you defeat a major overworld boss, you get one. This is Fire Dragon. We will actually be using him, and he gives me a useless torch. I'm going to be walking around for a little bit, so if you got a donation, go for it. All right. Oh, good. So let's see here. I would have done this game has a lot of interesting damage boosts that you can perform. Unfortunately, right now I only have 1 heart, so I couldn't do one for you right there. But this is Jurassic Park, where all of our dinosaur buddies will eventually end up. I'm going to collect the first one right now. You don't move any faster or do anything different, but he allows you to breathe fire, and he does a little bit more damage than your standard bone weapon. All right, so there I collected 8 pieces of fruit and got 1 HP back. Down here in this dark cave, I'll be fighting a mini boss real quick. All right, so mini boss down, and naturally I'll get an item that'll help me progress through the dungeon. And in this case, it's a squirt gun of some kind. Not really sure what you would call it. But what this item's going to allow me to do is kind of resurrect dead plants, and the dead plants will act as springs, and that's kind of just this dungeon's gimmick. All right, we got some low health here, but that's okay. Gonna switch here to the dragon, which his kind of superpower is gonna let me walk on this fire, and that really just makes this platforming section easy. Without him, it gets kind of hairy. I definitely want to make sure that I keep this dragon, since he's going to be doing about double damage to the upcoming boss. All right, coming up here, we got a little bit of cheeky platforming to get through this fire area. All right, great. That jump's almost impossible to make. So here we're coming up onto the fire boss, but water actually isn't very effective against it. It does 1 damage, but instead we fight fire with fire. So there's a multi-phase boss fight. All right, fire with fire.
Nice.
I'm very glad I didn't lose that dinosaur. Otherwise, all the other weapons take tremendously long. So that's World 2 down. We've rescued our next dinosaur buddy. I don't know what he is. He's kind of just like the frost dragon. We actually don't end up using him at all. You might have noticed that I wasn't quite mashing against that boss. Some of the bosses have invulnerability frames, and some don't. That's a boss that just happens to. But other times you'll see me kind of mash as quick as my weapon can fire to ensure that I get the boss down. By the way, I got a snowboard. It's really sick. We're going to take a quick nap with Tina. This kind of acts as a soft save just in case I game over. All right, bye, Tina. Bye. So we're back in the hub world, pretty much. And down here, a former pit of lava has now gone away, and we've opened up the ice world. So on my sweet new snowboard, we're going to fight the next mini-boss, this walrus. And this is just kind of a cheesy way to, to beat him. His hitbox is actually really janky, but that's all for him. All right, next item that's going to help us progress. Thank you. The spear. So beat up that snowman, and the game's pretty good at telling you what you need to do next. So without this spear, like this is the only place to go. So obviously you up spear to hang on that log.
Some good video game logic.
Yeah, it's classic. All right. So I'm gonna hit on the snowboard just because it's faster. And really going down these hills, I'm actually going full downhill speed simply by holding down. So the way that most damage boosts and speed increases work in this game is you just simply hold down. This game's very intuitive with its glitches. Basically, if you see something done and you want to do it yourself, you probably could. It's very easy. So this is a penguin. This is Prinny, and we have to beat him up with a kind of smashing pseudo sumo wrestling match. But instead, I'm just going to throw him off. So the game wants you to mash and push him all the way off the edge, but there's a secret Hadoken command grab you can do to throw him off. And here he is saying, all right, you beat me. You can go through. I'm going to platform for a second, so if you got any donations, go ahead.
Well, of course I have some donations. I got a pretty good-sized one from Neat112 saying, "The cake is real," and that was $50. So thanks, Neat112. I have a challenge for $5. The comment is, "Here's some money. If you pronounce my name right, I'll donate another 20 because nobody ever gets it right." And it's spelled Y-U-E, so I'm going to guess way. But who knows? I guess he'll tell me, he or she will tell me later. I guess some hints would have helped there, huh?
All right, so this next boss is the ice boss, and you have to up spear to get him. All right, hopefully that's 29 hits, and this should be the 30th.
Yes.
Okay, so what I've actually done there is a subtle glitch where when you beat that boss, the ice cube is also on screen, and the ice cube acts, the game thinks you've defeated a mini boss in the ice cube, and the loot table for beating that mini boss of an ice cube points to the J coin. So we got the P coin, and now we have the jump coin. So that's just a quick little glitch that will save us a mini game. So you see when I pause this menu, I got that J coin to the right. It just shows up. It's very convenient that it happens to give us that item. So the Pterodactyl is a great animal buddy, and we will be heavily using him later in the speedrun. But for now, we got this parasol that we can use to kind of Princess Peach glide over certain gaps. We'll take another nap, quick bar bone, and egg warp to the next zone. There's one star. Yeah, I didn't get it. So the stars, this game has random drops, and the invulnerability stars are like the worst item to get, because when you get them, you can't pause the game. And pausing the game is how you like switch weapons and do anything on Adventure Island. All right, here we go. We're gonna fight Jellyfish Monster. Like I said, all these enemies, all these bosses have fixed patterns, so I know exactly where he's gonna go. All right, great fight. He's gonna give me the next item, one of my favorite items, Crystal Hammer. We got kind of like, I guess, the wood hammer at the beginning, but now we have the crystal one, which just breaks different rocks. All right, now we have to kind of swim over here. Gosh, I really wish I had a surfboard right about now. Come up here. I'm going to be doing some more platforming, really, with the umbrella. So if you got another donation, go for it.
Certainly. We've got $100 from Mershon with no comment, but thank you all the same. An anonymous donator gave us $30 saying, "This is my first time donating, but I've been watching every GDQ since AGDQ 2013. I have enjoyed all the runs so far, especially the runs of Ocarina of Time 3D and Rocket Robot on Wheels, which is a cherished childhood favorite of mine. Keep up the good work for a great cause. I'm putting this towards Maniac difficulty, the Undertale genocide boss fight, and, of course, saving the animals."
That rocket speedrun was awesome.
It's a favorite of mine.
All right, I'm actually paying attention to my fruit counter right now, because the next mini game we're going to play is getting the dash coin, which actually will give me a run button. I haven't been running at all, just because I don't have the ability to. So I usually try to leave that room with 0 fruit. I happen to leave with 1. It's not really a big deal. 2's okay. This is another really large room that you can do a damage boost through and kind of go double speed, but I'm just going to play it safe right now.
Shout outs to Jeff Sledge for those damage boosts.
Yeah, Jeff Sledge has been, he hid on secret tech for 3 years because no one speedrun this game. And then when I picked it up, he started unloading all this lore on me on Twitter. It was really helpful. All right, we got one more set of screens to go until we get to the next boss. Whoops. All right, good. A task was recently done of this game, finally, with like updated strats. The last one was kind of out of date, just due to tech. And this room in particular is one of the sickest rooms that you can see in the task. So if you have the ability, go to test videos, search for Adventure Island 4, and just take a look at this game. It's incredibly optimized with like damage boosts all over the place. So after this jump here, we're going to enter the next boss room, which, avert your eyes if you have arachnophobia. It's kind of like a crystal rock spider. I don't really know. All right, one more cycle should do it. All right, good. Again, that boss, set pattern. The only thing you have to watch out for is those crystals that fall. They'll come over you and then fall down. But if you just pay attention, you can always dodge them. This is Lapras. I have no idea what she does. Because she gives you a surfboard, which kind of renders her useless. So this is one of the longest segments of the game. Just going to surf here for a while. So if you got a donation, go for it.
I've got donations. Sure. Mad Crash SJ gave us $150, saying, a donation to cancer research and prevention is more than worth it, especially due to the recent loss of a good family friend to stomach cancer. Let's save the people of the future and save the animals too. Our condolences, Mad Crash SJ. Orange Man 20 gave us $20 and said, you'd think after the first Adventure Island, this kid would go home and take a break. But as long as he's killing cancer, I'm fine with it. Put this towards Maniac difficulty in Mighty number 9.
So I've got 7 out of 8 fruit, which is perfect for the next minigame that we're going to play. I was kind of careful there not to get 8th fruit and get my counter reset. Here we go back to Jurassic Park and pick up the Pterodactyl. So if you ever played SMW and you've ever caped over every level, that's what we're doing now. So the next world is pretty much like a desert sand world, but you're going to just see me in the sky for a couple screens. Again, these enemies, like these clouds and these rocket snails, they're very predictable, and if I just take the same pathing every time, then they're not going to get me. But I can just kind of bomb them from up here. So here we're coming up on Dash Coin, and it's a foot race against like a deer or a pig or something. And the more fruit you have in your reserve, the more frames you get when you mash, the faster you go. So I'm just going to smoke this guy real quick. Speed run.
Say speed run.
So now I have the Dash Coin, and I hold B, and I can like actually run and zoom through. And what's great about it is it works with your animal buddies. So now I'm going pretty fast with my Pterodactyl. And through here, we show the guy that we've defeated him, and he lets me pass. Let's see what I do here. I'm going to be flying for a little bit, so if you get a donation, one quick one's good.
Well, Anonymous gave us $10 and said, let's get that 300K tonight. I agree, Anonymous, I agree.
I'm not used to having full health right here, so I was going to get that hard, and I didn't know what to do. So the next zone is a pyramid zone, and it is this ultra huge maze, and it's one of the hardest parts of the game. The Pterodactyl trivializes it, obviously, but the key component, hold on, this boo is like actually scary. Okay, toughest enemy in the game. He actually has the Dash Coin too, so when you hold B, he moves faster. Something about this game though, like I was stuck in this pyramid for an hour because I didn't realize that it had these fake walls. It's actually shown in the like instructions title screen. And again, there's a whole zone above and beyond, above and below where we are right now. So if you wanted to see glitches, you are going to see some stuff in about 2 minutes or 1 minute after I beat this bat boss. Because this is the mini boss for this zone, and we're not going to defeat the main boss. actually scared right now. Every shot missed. All right. So this gives me the boomerang item. So the thing about the boomerang is, you know, I don't think that they really intended you to go backwards when you got an item and backtrack. So we're going back to the water world real quick. The thing about the boomerang is when you equip it, it lets you equip your animal buddy underwater, which you shouldn't be allowed to do. And when you do that, floors disappear. So now that floors have disappeared, we just go out of bounds and we can swim. And this lets us do wrong warping. So now I'm back at the beginning of the game swimming in air. This doesn't have too many uses, aside from obviously getting to the end of the game, but I wish it was kind of like you could warp anywhere you want. So here's Tina. She's calm. And I just go under this tree, and there's the final lair. It was in my backyard the entire time. Interesting thing to note, though, is that Tina is still at the house. She has not been kidnapped, but we're going to go rescue her right now. Since we're technically still swimming in air, I can do the glitch again and go through this floor. And this floor kind of takes me into a minus world, you could say. And that lets me skip a very long hallway. So the way to get out of this glitch, I'm still swimming right now, is to reuse this egg, and everything's back to normal. And we've skipped about half this dungeon. If you got time for one donation, this is the last time.
Yeah, Hero of Wolf said gave us $10 saying, watching this while practicing my own runs of Bastion. And this is going for a great cause. I'm lucky to not have it, but I know not everyone is. Also, we're saving humans, so let's save the animals too.
Awesome. All right, so here we're just using our Pterodactyl to absolutely destroy this final dungeon. There's still one mini boss left, and obviously the final boss. We skipped 2 items in this game, so we skipped the hammer, and we skipped the skateboard, which is kind of a iconic Adventure Island item, but we just didn't need it because we were flying the whole time. All right, this hallway is full of, oh my god, epic choke. All right, so didn't mean to lose the guy, but luckily, what do you think, Q? Should I just?
You can try it.
All right,
Might as
no,
well.
no.
No,
I'm just
egg
gonna
back?
die. I'm just gonna die. No. I don't know what to do. So that's unfortunate. I lost my Pterodactyl, which is something that I would really like to finish the game with. So I'm just gonna die here.
You get to see this cute animation.
You see this cute girl again. So I've done the boomerang. So we're gonna do a password real quick, just because I don't want to do the whole pyramid again. So Q, just give me a
So
quick.
G4, WJ, 8J, 18.
All right, cool.
And then don't forget the pterodactyl.
Yeah, I gotta get the Pterodactyl back. So this gives me the boomerang back. This is a safety save just because I didn't want to, if I screw up, do the whole section over again. So let's get that Pterodactyl and do the wrong warp again, I guess. So give you some time for more donations.
I can do that.
Thank you.
M. Laura gave us $10, said, love watching this event every year. Thank you to everyone involved. It isn't much, but it's about time I finally donated. We appreciate it, M. Laura.
Oops.
Blogthoven gave us $50, saying, AGDQ gets better and better every year. It's difficult finding time to donate because I can't stop watching. Money goes towards the Star Wars Shadows of the Empire 100% run because who doesn't want more Star Wars? I think everybody wants more Star Wars, Blogthoven. James N. gave us $75, saying, I lost my grandma to cancer. I've heard of AGDQ, but this is my first time watching and first time donating. Good luck to runners, and let's hope we can see Super Metroid rotated. I agree, James N., and our condolences for the loss of your grandmother. Anonymous gave us $100 and didn't have anything to say, but we appreciate it, Anonymous, and your $100 donation. How are we doing? Should I keep going?
Yeah, go for it a little
All
more.
right. Crazed Porcupine gave us $75, saying, I love watching AGDQ and SGDQ, and always hope that I get to attend or participate in the future. AGDQ holds special place in my heart because I have an aunt who had thyroid cancer and a friend's father had prostate cancer. Both are doing incredibly well thanks to good screenings and treatment options, but the fear and worry that both me and my friend went through is something I'd never wish on anyone else. Also, we're going to kill the animals. I hope we kill the animals, Crazed Porcupine. Anonymous gave us $50 and said, I don't always donate, but when I do, I kill the animals. Captain Nashbeard gave us $75 and said, thanks for all the great runs. Put this towards announcer's choice. That would be me, and I choose kill the animals. Smooch Terms gave us $24 saying, long-time watcher, first time donating. I've just realized today that this was happening and I missed Shovel Knight, but I'll be here to see the fate of the animals. Save them! You'll be able to watch that Shovel Knight run on YouTube. Toot sweet, Smooch Terms. Fisha Bedaggle gave us $20 saying, AGDQ, glad to see so much support for the PCF, and that we've hit $250,000 already. Adventure Island was a favorite when I was young. That eggplant of hunger doom scared the ever-living crap out of me as a kid. Cool to see this later establishment in the series run tonight. Good luck to the runner. That be you, Pucci.
Awesome. Thank you very much for the donations, everyone. All right, so we made it through the hallway and we got to the mini boss. So took care of him, no big deal. And the next item we get is the axe, so the iconic Adventure Island axe, finally. And that will allow us to do damage to the final boss and kill him. All right, here we go. So we got time coming up in about maybe a minute. There's just a few rooms left. And again, like a room like this where you're supposed to kind of ride a log all the way across these spikes is incredibly slow, but flying over everything makes this game really fun.
Especially with the dash button.
Yeah, and the dash button. All right, just kind of a final enemy gauntlet, and go into the final boss, which, would you believe it, on a NES game, it's an eggplant. There you go. All right, and that's final boss defeated. But Dot Dun is going to come up in just a moment here. So we come in here, and we open up this mysterious bag to find our lovely Tina, who was at home the whole time, and time on the kiss. So we'll watch the credits here for a second, but I definitely want to thank Garrison for showing me this game. He's always got great recommendations, great friend, great speedrunner. Thank you very much, Garrison. Jeff Sledge for showing me a lot of the early tech, being very supportive of this game. He sat on that tech for a long time, and finally people came along and got really interested in this video game. He's the moderator on the speedrun.com leaderboard, so thanks for taking care of that responsibility. I'd also like to thank Bolt Crew. Bolt Crew showed up, so thank you guys.
Yeah.
Everyone on the B couch, Rip Killa, taking care of everybody back there. All right, good dude. And the best runner of this game, PokeFan Tom, he has done so much amazing research to this game, finding out where the warps are, doing damage calcs on the bosses. He's got the current record. It's like a 1738. It's phenomenal. You should go to speedrun.com and search for Takahashi Meijin no Bokenjima. It's not under its English name. And watch his run. It's full damage boost. It's really crisp and really high quality. A proud speedrun, I think. So that's PokeFan Tom. Finally, GDQ, thank you guys for having me. It's been great. I'm going to enjoy the credits for a little bit. Nice walk on the beach with Tina. Thank you.
Gucci.
Ah, Tina. She was at home the whole time. All right, we're going to throw to a couple of static ads real quick, but we'll be right back. Yeah, we're ready to show you just a couple of pictures, static ads, I think.
Worked their hardest designing tees for charity. Tanya, Miski, Enzo, and Kevin, and Carrie, Drew, Glenn, Mark, Nina, Mike. Mike and Tiffany, Logan, Amanda, Ryan, and LLK.
That was an ad for the Yeti. I think we have another ad coming up right quick.